Are you counting on Social Security in retirement? You better listen to this. I want to talk about 2032. 2032 is starting to look like one of those dates that a lot of... No. For working people, Social Security was not a handout. It was part of the deal. You pay in while you work. You collect when you retire. That was the promise. And now, 2032 is standing there like a warning sign saying, maybe that promise isn't as solid as you thought. Now, before somebody jumps in and says Social Security is not going bankrupt, yes, technically that is true. It's not. It's not. Social Security is not expected to go to zero. As long as the workers are working and payroll taxes are being collected, money is still coming in. That's true. The issue is not whether there will be some money. The issue is whether the system can pay the full benefits we were promised. That is the difference. And that difference matters. Because a partial check does not pay a full electric bill. A partial check does not cover a full insurance premium. That version is already breaking for a lot of people. Some people are retired earlier than planned because their bodies gave out. Me. I'm some people. The doctors say I can't go back to work. I have 2 doctors saying it right now. Social Security, disability. Oh, Social Security. Wait a minute. Those funds are involved. They take years to approve a claim. Some people are being pushed out because companies don't want older workers. Well, guess what? Because I got sick, I cost the company money. That's what they did to me. They pushed me out. Some people are still working at 67, 70, even older. Not because they love it, but because they can't afford to stop. Some are retired on paper, but still hustling on the side just to keep from going backwards. We'll talk more about that. I'm not asking whether people stop aging. I'm asking whether the old retirement promise still works. Or is it just for the people who have millions of dollars in the bank? For a lot of people, the answer is starting to look like no. Let's talk first to the people who already retired. If you already collected Social Security, you may be thinking, well, I'm already in. They won't touch me. Maybe. Maybe not. This is an uncomfortable truth. Politicians love saying current retirees will be protected. They love saying nobody already receiving benefits will be harmed. And maybe that's how it plays out. But unless there's an actual law fully protecting payments after trust fund depletion, words are just words. How many times has a politician told a lie? I'm sure it's not many. And if you're old enough to be retired or near retirement, you've heard a lot of words. The thing current retirees need to understand is that this is not just about the check itself. It's about the entire retirement budget around that check. If your Social Security covers the basics right now, What happens if it covers less later? If your pension is small, if your savings are thin, if your home insurance keeps climbing, if your medical costs keep creeping up, if your adult children need help, where does that come from? This is the problem with a fixed income. Nothing around you stays fixed. The income stays fixed, your bills do not. The grocery store doesn't. The power company either. I'm going to mention county tax office again. We'll talk about taxes in another video. I promise you, your doctor's office is not reducing payment. Every time those things go up, your retirement goes down. Stuff like this makes people delay dental work, stop traveling. It makes people say no to their grandchildren. It makes people sit in houses they can barely maintain because they're afraid to spend money. That is not retirement. That's survival with better hours. A lot of current retirees already know this. They do not need a financial planner to explain inflation to them. They're living it. They see it every time they leave the grocery store with 2 bags and a receipt that looks like a car payment. So for current retirees, 2032 is not some policy date. It's a threat to stability. It says that thing that you thought was already settled may not be settled. And that's cruel. Because once you are retired, you do not have the same options. A 35-year-old can adjust. A 45-year-old can change jobs. A 55-year-old maybe work longer. But a 73-year-old who already left the workforce, what do you have to look forward to? I know the answer you gave them. And early retirees, we're living right in the middle of that. For us, 2032, it's not just about benefit cuts. It's about timing. I'm 56 years old. I'm eligible for Social Security in 2033. You can learn things. You do have power. That's another video that I'll be making. I'm going to teach people from my 38 years of experience in the workforce, my 56 years of experience in the woods and on the water. I'm going to try to teach people who don't know. I'm going to build a plan. I'm going to invite you to join me in that plan. You'll see. Watch my videos. Now, you may be thinking, you're tired, you're burned out, you hate this job, you have to keep going. But that's exactly why 2032 matters to you. Because you haven't retired yet. You're still paying into the system right now. Every paycheck, still paying, still contributing, still funding benefits for people already retired. And I do not say that with resentment towards retirees. You earned yours back in the day. That's how the system works. Working people fund current retirees. And future workers are supposed to fund today's workers when they retire. That's the change. That's the way this system was invented. That's what this system gave you to work with. When that chain starts stretching and the people still working get squeezed at both ends, you're paying payroll taxes now. You're trying to save for your own retirement. You're dealing with higher living costs. You may be helping children. You may be helping aging parents. I can almost assure you you're carrying debt. You may be one of the lucky ones that have a mortgage. You may be one of those that have rent. And that doesn't end. You're paying more now than previous generations ever thought to. At the same time, you're being told that the benefits you're paying into may not be fully funded when you need it. That is not a small issue. That changes morale. That changes trust. That changes the way people look at work. Because work is supposed to build towards something. But you know, you're still working. You're still going in. You're still enjoying that first break in your lunchtime. You get to deal with your sore feet and your bad back, office politics, overtime, layoffs, new software, new policies, and the endless nonsense that comes with working life. But your finish line just moved. And you should be angry about that. I am. I don't know how we determine how to move on. It wasn't like this in history, historically. In 1726, you were considered to be an old person at 45. You were still expected to help on the family farm or the family business, but you were revered. 1826, still the same. You relied on family. 1926, things started changing. Great Depression. Everybody counted on everybody. And then everybody got greedy. After it ended, the Great Depression, this isn't about people wanting something for free. This is about we paid into a system all of our lives, 38 years in my case. I paid Social Security. I paid Medicare. I put money into a 401k. I paid my taxes. I pay my insurance. I pay the higher prices when I go to the store. This is a modern worker's retirement reality. This is why so many people are angry. They're not angry because they do not understand money. They are angry because they understand it all too well. They know what comes out of a paycheck. They know what's left. They know that every day they pay in. every paycheck. They also know that the math doesn't work the way the speeches say they will. Someone in Washington says we need to have a conversation about Social Security reform. Working people hear something else. Working people here, we may be getting ready to change the deal after you already paid in. And that's the problem. Now, to be fair, Social Security does have real structural issues. I'm not going to go into all that. It's not. People are living longer. People are getting Social Security that shouldn't be. The trust fund is being used for things that it shouldn't be. The politicians are pulling money out that they shouldn't be. Those are all very real things. But the average person did not design that. The average worker did not set the tax rate. The average retiree did not write the benefit formula. The average person did not spend decades ignoring the problem. So when the bill comes due, why is it the first instinct always to look at the people who already paid? That's what bothers me. This isn't good for me. My name is David. This is Grumpy Retirement. If you found benefit in this, like the video. Subscribe to my channel because we're going to be talking more about this stuff. Share this video to people that you work with, people that are retired next to you. Share it to your next door neighbor. We need to get everybody on the same page. Watch the video that's going to be coming up right here, or right here, or right here, or right here, wherever it comes up. Subscribe to Grumpy Retirement. Thank you for watching today, and I hope to see you again soon.